We all have a hobby that keeps us happy. Think about the one thing that you do for fun that just passes the time and keeps you happy. Crocheting is a great portable hobby that can be inexpensive and it can help you pass the time. Most people think crocheting is an outdated granny hobby, but there's actually a lot more to it and a lot of creativity behind it. I learned to crochet as a little girl and I still try to work on projects at least once, twice a day, and so forth. So if you're looking, even if I'm just sitting in front of the TV, if you're looking for an inexpensive portable hobby that can be used in many situations, then crocheting is definitely the hobby for you. The art of crocheting began a long time ago, and it's evolved over centuries. And the one thing that's still true today, like Sally Driscoll says of the Salem Press Encyclopedia, crocheting is a craft handed down from mother to daughter. And in my case, that's true. My grandmother taught my mother, and they both taught me how to crochet. I still work on different projects as a hobby, and I'm currently working on a blanket made up of all of the little granny squares, kind of like these. So granny squares can come in many different patterns, different textures, depending on the project that you want to do. And in my case, I used the really soft, plushy, fuzzy yarn and a pretty solid pattern for this granny square. I mean, yeah, there's holes in it, but overall it's one of the more solid versions of a granny square. And later on, once you have all of your squares, you sew them all together and it creates this intricate looking blanket. And because I used such a fuzzy yarn, my blanket's gonna end up being pretty snuggly once it's finished. And like Rebecca Ortno says, get hooked on a relaxing hobby that you can carry with you. It's easier than you think to make gifts and luxurious home accessories. And according to Barbara Gash of the Detroit Free Press, celebrities like Jennifer Lopez and Catherine Zeta-Jones are starting to get hooked on this crocheting hobby. And if the celebs are doing it, then it's definitely the cool thing to do, right? In her article, Barbara also talks about how the variety of beautiful yarns and the portability of the hobby are appealing to the younger people, both male and female, because there's just so many different projects and different styles out there that you can get into. I myself enjoy all of the different yarns, and every time I find one that really appeals to me, I try to think of different projects and different gifts that I could create that will get me into using whichever particular yarn I found. And I recently worked with some cotton yarn to make some pot holders for somebody, and I used this leftover yarn to make snowflake coasters like this one. Now mine, because it's cotton, I use it as a coaster. It's really good for something hot like hot cocoa or coffee, and you just put your cup on there and it protects your surface from the heat. What you also can do with this little snowflake is you could soak it in a mixture of glue and water, and you can just pin it out, and once the glue dries, it becomes hard and it becomes a stiff little snowflake. You can string another ribbon through it and hang it on the Christmas tree, or because it's so festive for winter, you could hang it in the window. However you decide to use your project or whichever that you are creating, it's up to you, and possibilities are endless with it. So you see, there are many different ways to crochet plenty of different beautiful projects that can turn out as gifts or as little home decorations that you just keep for yourself. In conclusion, today I have told you about the benefits of crocheting as a hobby. All in all, it's a great hobby. It's budget friendly and it's portable. Crocheting is great in many different situations, and it can be an awesome, inexpensive hobby. We are always on the go, always moving, trying to get to work, to and from work, and to and from traveling, wherever our lives take us. Crocheting is a great hobby to relax with, no matter where you are. It's budget friendly, easy to take with you. You should try it.